Welcome back to Okra. In this last part of our 4-part series on Caregiver Burden, we continue to delve into the many varied emotions caregivers experience and offer some tips on how to deal with those issues. Caregivers experience many losses, some of which have already been mentioned: loss of control, loss of independence, loss of income, loss of your best friend, loss of the future, loss of a sense of yourself. Loss leads to grief and depression. Identifying your losses can help you to cope with them. For each of us, the losses will be different. When you know what you are feeling, you will be able to look at the loss and think about what might work for you to help you deal with it. Resentment is often caused by a combination of disappointment, anger, and fear. It is a bitter and complex, multi-layered emotion that could be because of disappointment, disgust, anger, and unknown fear. It could also be an emotion that can be elicited in the face of insult or injury. An individual may resent to be a caregiver of a family member that they never liked. They may experience a feeling of being stuck. When put in a situation not of our choosing, it's not uncommon to feel negative and resentful. Perhaps you have siblings who are not helping provide care, or maybe you are an only child, became the caregiver by default, and you feel you have very little desire or support to offer care. Little things easily become big things when we feel unappreciated and unacknowledged. And feeling like you must do it all and do it all by yourself is a guaranteed way to feel resentment. Family situations and dynamics can be a real challenge. Having help from family may make your situation easier, but sometimes family tensions make it even harder to get help. The more help and support you accept, the easier it will be to let go of feeling burdened and resentful of those who are not doing their share. If you can't get help from the people you think should be offering it, then you need to broaden your circle of people to include those who can and will help. It is easy to forget about the good things that have happened or are happening when we are only focused on the negative. As a caregiver, how often do you get the full 8 hours of sleep that you need? Sleep is often postponed while you grab a few minutes of alone time after the care receiver goes to bed. Sleep is often disturbed because the care receiver gets up at night and needs help going to the bathroom or being redirected back to bed. Sleep is often disturbed because you can't fall asleep or stay asleep because you are worrying about all the stressors that come with being a caregiver. Sleep must be put on the priority list. Lack of sleep leads to obesity, illness, crankiness, impatience, inefficiency in accomplishing tasks, and a state of mental fogginess, among other issues. If you are having trouble falling asleep or staying asleep not related to direct caregiving, or if you are having trouble sleeping due to caregiving problems, you should talk to your physician. If the care receiver is having issues with sleep, talk to the care receiver's physician. As a caregiver, you do amazing work caring for others in need. But as a caregiver, you also need to think about yourself. Just pushing through each day will eventually wear you out and cause you to burn out. Emotional issues can weigh you down and impact not only your ability to cope and provide care, but they also can harm your health and well-being. It is important to learn to ask for help and prioritize getting breaks from caregiving so that you can be the caregiver you want to be. Not paying attention to your feelings can lead to poor sleep, illness, trouble coping, stress eating, substance abuse, etc. When you admit to your feelings, you can then find productive ways to express them and deal with them so that you and the care receiver can cope better in the future. Caring for a person with Alzheimer's can feel like a series of small losses. Each time a loss occurs, you must make another adjustment and carry on. To survive the caring process, you need to look after yourself and not judge yourself too harshly. Worry is a state of anxiety and uncertainty over the situation one finds themselves in, that things will get worse or the lack of control to do something about it. Worry is a common emotion that an individual with Alzheimer's disease and a caregiver experience. Tackle your guilt. If you are feeling guilty, try to find the reasons. You will then be able to make clear decisions about what is right both for you and for the person with dementia. Suppressing pent-up emotions can be damaging. One of the most important steps you can take is to talk about your feelings to an understanding professional, a good friend, a counselor, or anonymously to someone at a helpline. You will be able to face the challenge of caring if you take enough breaks away from the person and find time for yourself. Try to find time to reflect and relax, to pursue interests and hobbies, and to socialize with friends and family. Try to find a way to separate in your mind your past relationship with the person from the current situation. Some caregivers say they feel as if they are relating to a different person, and that this helps them not to dwell too much on the past. You cannot be perfect 24/7. It's impossible to be in perfect control of how you always feel. We all carry around a lot of should-haves, such as, no one will do as good of a job as I do, so I should have to be here all the time. Or, if I leave and something happens, I will never forgive myself. Consider changing guilt into regret. I'm in a difficult situation and I have to make difficult decisions sometimes. I regret that I am human and get impatient sometimes. I am doing the best I can, even though things go wrong from time to time, and regret that I am not perfect. Thank you for watching our 4-part series on Caregiver Burden. We hope you found this information informative and helpful. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe and visit us online at okra.com for more great content.